Hey guys, Primestone Amusements here, and today I'm going to be making a history video of the Chuck E. Cheese slash Showbiz Pizza in Lincoln, Nebraska, one of my favorite locations. Let's begin. The Showbiz Pizza in Lincoln, Nebraska, 221N 66th Street, Lincoln, Nebraska, opened December 29th, 1982. It featured a rock of fire explosion stage show like all Showbiz pizzas did. Now I'm going to be showing, there's unfortunately no videos or footage of this when they had the rock of fire, but there are a ton of photos of it. So here are the photos. I'm going to go by order. So this has to be the first photo, cause the backdrop, they had the canvas backdrop for a time when they first opened. I can tell because of the clouds which the canvas backdrops had. Here's another photo, which they still had the canvas backdrop for a time. And then in this photo, they removed the canvas backdrop in favor of the light blue painted backdrops, which all they did was just remove the canvas backdrop and just painted the wall blue. Their moon was very unique, as their moon had dark blue eyeshadow for some reason. Pretty interesting. Here are some more photos. Also, Beach Bear had red swim shorts, like red polka dot swim shorts. This Rock of Fire show was manufactured of Christmas Eve of that year. That's all the things I know about the stage. There's nothing. Aaron Fector did say that all Showbiz restaurants had Uncle Clunk and Santa Claus, but they probably did. Here's a photo of when they had the Showbiz Pizza campgrounds. For people who don't know, it's basically they just got the trees from center stage, removed the Smitty Super Service Station backdrop, and turned Billy Bob's stage into a campground. And as you see here, you can see Beach Bear's red polka dot swim shorts. Unfortunately, due to the financial problems with the Showbiz Pizza Company and Chuck E. Cheese's, Showbiz had to merge with Chuck E. Cheese. So unfortunately, Lincoln, Nebraska, just like all the other Showbiz Pizza restaurants at the time, had to turn into Chuck E. Cheese's pizza restaurants. There are some photos of when it was Chuck E. Cheese back in the 90s. And let me show you. So Primestone, what did Chuck E. Cheese do to the beloved Rock of Fire? Well, during this process, which is called concept unification, Chuck E. Cheese had to recycle the innards of the Rock of Fire characters, remove characters like Billy Bob and Earl Smurl, and basically dress them up as the Chuck E. Cheese characters. In fact, the entire show is still ran on the old system the Rock of Fire previously ran on. So, meaning that they kept the old gray box system and other stuff. Back in the 90s, Chucky had a tuxedo on. Unfortunately, there's no footage of him with the tuxedo on in this location, so I'll just have to show you a random picture. And also, they had different prop characters like Munch Jr. and Pizza Cam, and also the building, which is using the same mech as the sun. The moon stayed behind though. Over time, the stage during the 2000s, they of course, like all three stages, they started to remove the the dim lighting, and the showroom walls in 2005, along with the curtains, which were from Showbiz. The characters were latex cosmetics were later replaced with cartoony plastic masks because he started scaring children, and also prop characters like Munch Jr. and Pizza Can were removed. I don't know when the building in Moon was removed, but they started to break and both of them were removed, except for the Moon, who is now owned by by Showbiz Nebraska. By the way, subscribe to his channel, and I'll mention him soon. During this time as well, during the 2010s and stuff, the characters started to show their age. Certain movements were stuck. The cosmetics started to have a little stains on them and stuff. But still, fans still love these animatronics due to their historical backstory, knowing that they're basically the Rock of Fire, but with different costuming on. Also, they still have a dent of where Munch Jr. used to be next to Helen, which is always cool. Also, for some reason, next to Moon's building facade, they added another building facade with yellow windows. Weird. Usually they're black. This one, they wanted to go all creative. And also, they kept a piece of the old Showbiz blue wall. That's actually pretty cool. And I'll mention that later on. Now, I have some very depressing news that ever since the coronavirus started taking over the world, people started staying in their house, quarantine. Students had to do their high school virtually, and businesses were going out of business, and that included Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese was going really desperately going downhill during 2020, and yeah, they almost went out of business. So that meant certain stores had to close down. And Lincoln, Nebraska was sadly one of the ones to close down. So, unfortunately, Chuck E. Cheese, Lincoln, Nebraska closed June of 2020. The building stayed intact. The old Showbiz Pizza looking building stayed intact, though. Here's the interesting thing about this. Sadly, for the other animatronics, they were either sent to another Chuck E. Cheese store or completely trashed. Some of the props stayed inside the building, though, so that's neat. And it was just a ghost town. No games, no nothing. But now let's get on to the stage, the interesting part. The light circuits stayed intact as well. And here they are. Also, here is their air compressor. As we get in the tech room still kept the old Showbiz pizza carpet and everything, but the gray box was sadly removed. And also, you can still see the old Showbiz Pizza blue wall. That's freaking awesome. With the old Rock of Fire logo still standing, including one of the trap doors exposing the old Showbiz green paint.